If you don't mind, I'd like to keep my false sense of security. I don't want to watch fear porn videos anymore. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. Today is just going to be kind of a little storytelling, and I'll share a few things at the end. My story begins as I actually haven't been working for a while. I've had 2 back surgeries on my lumbar spine area, where I had a surgery on the disintegrated disc disease and the spinal stenosis and all kinds of arthritis down there in my lumbar area, and I've kind of had back problems pretty much all my life, and I currently had a couple surgeries and haven't been working for a while. Okay, here it starts out here. I used to work in the auto detailing shop for 27 years, and I really wished I could have stayed there. It was I really liked it there, and I was good at my job, and they liked me, and I was too much pain in my back and too much pain in my going down my legs, and I had to kind of leave that job. So, but started out when I was like 19 years old, and I was at my job there, and the manager at the shop was a guy at the time, and he was seeing a chiropractor. So I asked him, I go, "You go to a chiropractor guy, what do they do there?" He goes, "Well, why don't you come along with me sometimes so you can see it and that, ask questions." And so I did, and being as I had a lot of back pain, I started seeing a chiropractor. And I did that for quite a long time. It cost me a lot of money. And at this chiropractor's office, they used to have a masseuse woman there. And she was kind of a bigger Amazonian kind of woman, but she was still pretty good looking. She was kind of big, and she had big hands to do that massaging stuff. So one day went in there, was getting a massage by this big, tall, blonde Amazon lady, and then the receptionist gal from the front desk comes in and tells her something, and she goes, if you need to go home and take care of this, that she would take over for the masseuse lady. So the receptionist lady took over doing the massage, and the regular massage lady kind of went home. So during this massage, they put oil on your back and they rub you, and next thing you know, the gal's showing me her hand. Goes, "Look at this." And I go, "What about it?" He goes, this is all the hair I pulled off your back fur from rubbing my hands on your back. And there's massive hair on both hands because he was massaging my back and getting all kinds of back fur hair on her, all stuck all over her hands. Okay, so then a few years go by, and that guy that was the manager of the shop has quit, and he's going to a different job, building airplanes or something. And so it ends up that gal that was the receptionist at the chiropractor's office is now going to be our manager down at the shop. So it was kind of weird, and she had kind of given me a massage while I was naked there, and now she's the manager at her shop. So kind of weird, but it was kind of I didn't mind it. She was all right. But thing is, one day I walked into her office, and there was a cat up on her desk, and she was feeding it some of her lunch. And I said, "What's going on here?" And she, "Well, I think it's a stray cat that wandered in, and it's pregnant and it's malnourished, so I'm trying to feed it." So then again, I didn't really think anything of it. But then in the next couple of days, the cat just kept coming back and said, "Your cat's here looking for food." And she goes, "I don't care." And I myself am allergic to animals. I'm allergic to cats, dogs, birds, any type of house pets, any type of animal. I'm really allergic. So I really don't interact much with animals. But being as the manager lady had said that the cat was a pregnant stray that was malnourished, I felt, well, maybe I should just give it some of my lunch. And I threw some French fries down at it and threw some other food at it, and the cat would eat it. And then again, the cat kept coming back every day because it knew it would get fed. And I kind of roped myself into it. I didn't have to do it, but part of me just kind of felt sorry for the cat, I guess. I don't know. I'm allergic to cats, so why would I even bother? But I kept going to the store to buy actual cat food to feed this cat. And it would come back every day and get its food because it knew where it was going. I was under the impression it was a stray cat, you know. Then one day the cat disappears for about 2 weeks or so. And then the next thing I know, I see it coming towards the shop, and it's got its kittens in its mouth up by the neck, or the back of the neck of the cat in its mouth, and it's dragging the kittens to the shop to get some food. And I said, "Oh crap! What am I going to do now?" I fed the kittens a little bit, and we did that for a couple of days, and then me and some of the gals in the shop, including the lady manager, we went around door to door in the neighborhood there to try to give away free kittens. We told them a story that we were feeding a stray and that it had kittens and dragged it to our shop. Cat had no collar on it. So she thought it was a stray, and I'm dumb enough to think that it was a stray too. So we go to door trying to find homes for these kittens, and we've gotten rid of like maybe 2 or 3 of them. We found a home for about 2 or 3 of them. Then we get to this one house, and we tell them our story and try to get them to take some kittens. And the guy goes, "Wait right here. I'll be right back." And he goes in the house and he looks around and he comes back out with a baseball bat swinging it at me. And the manager lady of the shop says, "Just go back to the shop and I'll take care of this." When I think I'm kind of wuss or kind of a wimp for letting a woman fight my battles for me. I was probably only like 23, and I think she was probably like 29. She was a little older than me, and she said, I ran back to the shop because I was scared that guy was going to hit me with a baseball bat, and then she convinced that guy to just stay the hell away from me and not, because he told the manager lady that they were actually babysitting the cat for someone who lives 100 miles out of town. And if they were babysitting that cat, why did they let it go without any identification on it? And why didn't they keep it fed so it wouldn't go somewhere else and get fed and have its kittens? And they were pissed at me for feeding the cat and for giving away the kittens because they were babysitting that cat for some friends 100 miles out of town. I go, they should have done a better job babysitting that cat, and then this shit would have happened. So yeah, basically that's a story how we, Lisa told him, I said a real name. Lisa's the manager, and she says, you're going to have to keep these cats in your house and don't let them wander around like that so this shit happens, and you're going to stay away from the guy that was my employee. So kind of let a woman fight my battle for me there, but she was the manager, and we were giving the cats out around on our lunch hour. Okay, so that's it, the little story of the cat fiasco. Another story is a similar story. It has to deal with dogs. Like I said, I'm allergic to animals, so why would I even give a crap? But there, in the detail shop, we didn't have any space to park our cars on the lot. We had to park them out on the street. And every time I would go past this one fence, here's the fence and here's the sidewalk, and there's a car parked along right here. And these dogs would come up and on the fence, go, roar, 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 and scratch against the fence, and the fence was wobbling. And they would, every time, they would surprise you, and they would scare the crap out of you barking. And I like, God damn, it pisses me off. And the fence was wobbling. So at one point, as you walk by, the dogs would bark and paw at that fence, and the fence actually fell down and crashed into a Colt Vista van, and it scratched up the van and dented a bunch of doors, dented up a bunch of, so it messed up the car. So they went over to talk to the people about it. They had to put their fence back up, and I don't know, I think they made them, I don't know if they charged them to have the car fixed or not, but then after they got the fence put back up, those dogs continue to bark and paw at the fence every time you would walk by. So at one point I thought, well, what the hell? Let's just bring them a bowl of water, and they can stick their head out through one of those little holes at the bottom. There's a few holes at the bottom and a few holes, a few feet up. And I would go down there and I'd give them a bowl of water to help them shut them up. They'd lap up the water, and it would keep them quiet. It would stop them from messing with us and scaring the crap out of us when we walk by, and maybe making that fence fall down again. One day I went down there and they were all barking, and I had my bowl of water for them. I leaned down and I had a bag of Doritos in my other hand, and I leaned down with my bowl of water, and next thing you know, the dog's head comes out of the hole up higher, and grabs my bag of Doritos, pulls it back in the fence, and I could see him in there, and he had a paw on either side of the bag, and he had his head in the bag, and this is nearly a full bag of Doritos, right? And he gobbled down the entire bag of Doritos, like, and then after he was done, he kind of pushed the empty bag of Doritos out with his little snout through the hole in the fence, and then I was looking through there at him going, and he was like, thank you. I mean, the expression on the dog's face, I think he was saying thank you for the Doritos, and then they lapped up all the water, and pretty good, thanks. A little story about me and animals, and even though I'm allergic to them, that's pretty much my little story. Okay, there's probably some other crap I was gonna say, but I just can't remember it now. Probably should have written that crap down. So I do got a few things to share with you before we go. I don't know if I've shared this with you before. I may have a little box of stink bombs. And I've had this since I was in high school. I don't know if you've ever seen this type of thing. Come on. Oh, it comes in a little glass bottle like this, and when you break it open, and it with this little stuff in here, it smells like sulfur really bad, and it really stinks up the place. You can either crush it with your foot, or sometimes if you want to just throw it somewhere and break it, which I think is really uncool. You don't want to throw it somebody where somebody could step on the broken glass or get hurt on it. Now that would be uncool. But there is I had this little box, and you can see there's still two of them left. I only used one. I had this since I was in high school, which is something like 30 years ago. I don't know. And here's the second one, a little piece of sharing. Is Good Burger on VHS. Yeah, still have that sucker. That's a pretty cool thing. I love this movie. Hopefully the guys will come back and make another one, or maybe make a real Good Burger restaurant sometime. That was a really welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Good movie. Okay, so that's about it. Thank you for tuning in, and please try to like and subscribe if you can, or leave a comment if it's cool, if things are cool, and you found something that was funny in this video. And so thank you. I appreciate everybody that subscribes, and I appreciate everybody that is out there watching me, and I'd like to thank you for doing your thing. So we'll see you later then. It'll come up with some more videos later. Bye-bye.